All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live after 5 a.m., that is. And we are ready to rock our first app. Who's ready to rock their first app? Whoop, whoop. Can I hear a whoop, whoop? Whoop, whoop. All right, so we are live. This video is live. So yes, you have to be able to make an account in Google. Figure it out. All you have to do is go to Google, make your account, create it. You'll probably have to receive a text message. Do you have a phone? Okay, get your phone out. They'll probably have to send a text to verify your email, and then boom, we go. You have to create a Google account. That was your homework, folks, right? I gave it last week. You have to have a Google account for this class. Figure it out, create a Google account. That has nothing to do with me. That's between you and Google, so figure it out. The only thing I will say is that Google may ask you to be 13. Who's not 13 in here? That could pose a problem. So my administrator told me to tell you that you're 13. So back it up a year. You with me? You weren't born in 03. You were born in 02. Probably shouldn't be on video recording that, telling you guys that, right? Okay. But you only need it for 9 weeks, and after 9 weeks, you can destroy that email if you don't want it. But for this class, you have to have it. All right, we ready to rock and roll? Okay, so what project are we building today? Digital Doodle, very good. I only have one person here who knows we're building a project called Digital Doodle. Okay, so you're going to go to Projects, Start New Project. And you're going to give it a name like Digital Doodle. Capital D again, and Doodle. And I'm going to say this is period 1, quarter 1, and I'm going to say this is 2016. I'll say this is 16-17 school year. Okay. I'm going to hit OK. I now should wait for it, and there is my app. Okay? Now, what did we do on Friday? Mark was not here. Mark, you were not here, right? So you need to copy that down from the board. You need to go get at the edge of your desk, come on up here. At the edge of your desk is an engineering design paper. See it right there at the top? Boom, yep. Grab that, and you need to copy down exactly what's on the board so that you know what we're building, okay? We are building a Digital Doodle app that asks the user to press a button and take a picture, right? Take that picture, put it in your app, and then with a touch of a button again, be able to use your finger and draw on that picture. That's what we read here. There was only 2 paragraphs, so you didn't read a lot. Just pick this paper up and read 2 paragraphs, and that will tell you what we're doing today. Copy that down, and then this is what we're getting ready to build. Okay? How many people have their engineering design paper out? Hold it up. If you do not have your engineering design paper out, how do you know what you're getting ready to build? Right? We now have to create something on our screen that emulates and look like what's on your paper. Thumbs up if you understand what I'm just saying. Okay? All right. So let's go through just the basics of MIT App Inventor. You guys, yeah. No internet access, just try to restart the computer. Or make sure your little green button on the right-hand side has internet. Is it green? There's a little tiny button on the very right-hand side where you plug your USB in. Tilt your head over to the right and see, is it green? If it's not green, you will not get internet. Is it green? Look on the right-hand side. Is it green? Okay. And you still don't have internet? Okay. Try to restart the machine. Yeah. No, you guys don't have to put the suffixes that I do. I have to put in here period one. I'm going to do this app 6 times today. Are you with me? So I have to be able to differentiate between period 1, period 2, period 3. Now, I've also done this app 16 times last year. No, I did it 6 times a quarter. I did it 24 times last year. Are you with me? So now I have to say, okay, this is my digital doodle app, but to differentiate between this year and last year, I'm going to go ahead and put 16, 17 at the end. You guys don't have to do that because this should be the only app you have in there. Okay? So if you just put digital doodle in your account, you should be fine because you don't have any other apps that name. Okay? If I would try to create an app that has the exact same name, it's going to say, app's already been created. And it won't let me create that app again. Okay? All right, so let's talk about the IDE. IDE stands for the Integrated Development Environment. Okay? Over on the left-hand side, they like to call it your palette. A palette is like where you put all your paints. Okay? I like to call it my toolbox. Okay? So here's my user interface. Everybody see this? Everybody see the toolbox over here? I can go to my layouts toolbox, click on it. Yep. Record. Okay, so does everybody see this toolbox over on the left-hand side? Thumbs up if you see it. Let's just click through here real quick. Let's go through the media. Camcorder, camera, image picker, player, sound. Okay. Drawing and animation, what's in there? Yell it out. What's in there? Just show something. What's in there? A canvas. That's correct. A ball, an image sprite. What's in sensors? Yell it out. Clock. Okay, we're going to use clocks. If you like game programming, you need to learn how to use clocks. Okay, clocks run game program. Pedometer. You want to know how many steps you take? Social. What's in social? Sharing, texting, Twitter, contact picker, storage. What's in storage? Files, fusion tables, tiny DBs, tiny DBs. Connectivity. What's in connectivity? Yep, activity starter, Bluetooth. What's in Lego Mindstorm? Yep, all that stuff. We're not going to get in that because we're not doing robots. Experimental is a Fire database. That's what we used last year to create the app that they were supposed to use for the tribe tickets this year. Extensions, nothing in there. Okay. So does everybody understand how to get through and navigate through your toolbox? Thumbs up if you do. Okay. Now let me show you this right now. Let's go to something you don't know. Let's say I don't know how to use a clock. All right. Does everybody see this little question mark right here next to it on the right? Say I don't know how to use a clock. Okay. Click on your question mark. Go ahead and do that now. And then that little clock box comes up. See that? And then what I like to do here is click more information. And what that's going to do, it's going to take you to an MIT website. And this is going to tell you about the clock. And you now can start to read. You now can start to educate yourself. Raise your hand if you can read in here. Okay. Everybody in here can read, right? So now you guys can start to learn about a clock. Do you need me to tell you how to do a clock here? No. Go click on the question mark. Start teaching yourself how to do this. All right? You know why I tell you that? Because that's what IT people do. IT people don't wait for bosses to tell them, hey, I want you to learn how to do this. IT people in the real world go out and Google stuff and self-teach themselves how to do this. If you want to be a $250,000 person in IT, you need to start learning how to self-teach yourself. Okay? And it's all right here at your fingertips. All you have to do is click on, hit the question mark, boom. Start reading about it. All right, boom. Now I can use that. Okay? Thumbs up if you understand how to do this. Now you just click back out of here. Okay? And, okay, so this is my screen. Right? This is an emulator. So let's say I want a button. Go ahead and drag a button over there. Let's say I want a list view over here. I'm going to put a list view over there. Okay? I just drag it over into my screen. Who can drag something over in their screen? I don't care what you drag. Go ahead and drag it over there right now and see if it drags over there. Okay? Everybody see how to drag it? If you want it on your screen, you get it out of your toolbox. Let's say I want a password text box. I drag it from my toolbox. Boom, I put it in there. Now it's over on my screen, and now I'm ready to use it. Program it. Okay? Thumbs up if you understand how to do that. Boom. Who just learned something today? Could you go home today and just start dragging and dropping stuff? Absolutely. Okay? So this is your display. This is your screen. Over here, this is a components list. Let's go to the right-hand side. Everybody see this components list? I like this components list because once you get 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 things on your screen, it's going to be hard to like pick it from the screen. So what I do is say, okay, button 1. I want button 1. I go to my list view and I click it. And now I can rename button 1, and I was going to say this is my button, okay? And that now it's called my button. I just renamed it. Okay? Now, what's over on the right-hand side? The right-hand side is the properties. Now, this is the properties of my button. Every object, you're going to set its properties to. Okay? So what do I want this button to look like? Let's say I wanted this button to have font bold, font italic. All right? Let's say I wanted this text to say, press me. Okay? There it is. So now that button will say, press me. And if I want it bold, I could say, okay, now I want to click on the bold. Now it's bold, press me. Let's say I want a color. Default background color. I wanted this button to be blue. Okay, now the button's blue. Are you with me? So you just go to this properties list. Let's say you want to stretch all the way across the page. Fill parent. Now it goes all, that button is now filling in the parent going all the way across the page. So will you put something on your screen and now you set its properties. What do you want the button to say? What do you want it to look like? Do you want it to be a round button? You with me? We're getting ready to do that here in a second. Who understands how to set your properties? And we'll get ready to do that here in a second in our first app. But who understands that? Okay? So that's basically it. You got your toolbox on the left. You've got your screen that you're working with. That's like your canvas that you're painting on, right? It's your app that you're dealing with. You have your components list so you can navigate. It's like an outline of your app, what you have where and what's in what. And then you have your properties list, and I'm going to go show you how to do that more. All right, now this was a test question, okay? How many views are in MIT App Inventor? The answer is, Darlene, the answer is 2. Very good, you're brilliant, okay? So, let's click on the, does everybody see designer and blocks? By the way, that was a test question. You need to know it's designer and blocks. What are the two different views? Designer and blocks, okay? So this is my designer view. That's the GUI. This is my block view, right? And this is where we're going to put code. If I want that button to do something, I'm going to write code here to make that button do something. Okay? So you understand that? How do I go back to my designer view, my GUI? Click on designer, click on blocks, click on designer, click on blocks. Does everybody see this backpack? Okay, this is very cool. Let me start to explain the backpack here. Okay. Once I put in code block, my button click, and I want it to do something, okay? You can add this to the backpack. Let's say you write all this big, huge lines of code. You'll say you write 100 lines of code, and you're like, wow, I really like that code. Maybe it's a code about a clock, right? You may want to use that in another app someday, right? So all you have to do is take this, drag it into your backpack, and now MIT will save it for you. So when you go build another app, it's in that. It's kind of like copy and paste. Do you guys know what copy and paste is? So this is kind of copy and paste. I want to teach that to you right away. Let's say you don't like something. What can you do with it? Drag it into your trash can, and it's gone. Okay? Now, this is cool. Over here, these are your control blocks. Okay, so if you go into control, click on the control block. Does everybody see all that code in there? Let's say you want an if block. You can take an if block out. Go to logic. True, false, not, equal to, and, or, math. If you ever want to do math, you're going to go to this little math folder here. Get some math blocks out. You with me? Text. You want to change the text. List, colors, variables, procedures. There's my button. If you want to make my button do something, here's all the stuff you can do with my button. Okay? So I want you to be able to just look through here and start self-teaching yourself. What's in control blocks? I don't know. Go through it all. Look at it. Read it. You with me? It's in English, so you can start to figure out, and I'm going to help you do this year, but I want you to be self-motivated, self-taught, okay? So start to be able to teach yourself and play with this, because if I'm going too slow for you, I want you to go, okay? Don't wait for me. Go, okay? Teach yourself how to do this. This is what good IT people do. They teach themselves. You don't have to be taught by a teacher. Okay? Who understands how to navigate a little bit around the code blocks right now? Not a whole lot, but a little bit. Who knows how to get back and forth between the GUI and the code? Okay? Test question. How many views are there? 2. What are they? Blocks in Designer. What goes in the blocks? Code. What goes in the Designer? The GUI. Here we go. You ready to start? So I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to say delete. And I'm going to go to my list view. And I'm going to delete my list view. And I'm going to go back here to my text box, and I'm going to hit delete. Now we are ready to start building our first app. Yeah. Go to different machine. Okay. By the way, I have Land School up, and I can. Who wants me to start sending my screen to you so you can look at your screen, not turn around? Where is Land School at? Anybody see Land School on here? Land School. In the taskbar. There it is. Land School. See if I can run this. If not, I'm supposed to be able to project my screen to you guys. I want to buy you guys second screens, so on the second screen you can have up Land School, and then on your screen you can be working. Okay. I don't know why it's not coming up. All right. So right now you can just listen to me. I'll work on that today with my IT guy. All right. So who understands what our GUI should look like right now? Who can explain it to me? Kwaku. What? It's on the board, right? Does everybody see the GUI on the board? Right? We want 3 color buttons on the top, red, green, blue. We want a canvas in the middle to put our picture on, and we want 3 buttons across the bottom. Who understands that? You have to understand what you're trying to build before you build it. Is that correct? Because if you don't understand it, you can't build it. Okay? So the first thing you need to learn is that you always start with horizontal arrangements. Okay? So I'm going to drag in a horizontal arrangement 1. I'm going to drag in a horizontal arrangement 2. And I'm going to drag in a horizontal arrangement 3. Why? Because I want 3 buttons across the top. Horizontally, right? I want a canvas in the middle. And I want 3 buttons across the bottom. Who understands what I'm doing? Okay. So let's go ahead and rename this guy. It's going to say HA1. And this is going to be my color buttons. Just so you know what it's there for. This one is going to be called, I'm just going to go to rename. And this is going to be HA2. And this is going to be my frame, my picture frame. Okay, I'll just call it pick frame. And then this guy over here, this is going to be my HA3. I'm just giving them names, HA3. And what goes across the button? What is that, camera button? I'll just say cam buttons. Okay. Everybody see what I just did? I just renamed them so I know what they're there for. You guys with me on this? Okay. Now, I'm going to go back up. I'm going to start at the top of my app, and I'm going to work my way down. Okay, so here I go to HA1 color buttons, and I'm going to go ahead and set its width to be fill parent. It goes all the way across the screen. I don't like that little nasty gray background. So my background color, I'm going to say none. Because at the end, I'm going to put in a really cool background into the screen, and we're going to have some fun with this, make it really cool. Okay, so now I have a white box, and I'm ready to start putting some buttons in it. Awesome. Can you do me a favor, bro? Can you turn that light off so you guys can see a little bit better? Perfect. Can you guys see better? Is that better? Okay. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my user interface. That's where my buttons are. And I'm going to grab 3 buttons, and I'm going to drag in 3 buttons into that top box. So go ahead and drag in 3 buttons into your top box. Okay? And I'm going to start with button number 1, and I'm going to rename it. I'm going to call it BTN. What's going to be the name of that first button? Yeah. Man, I wish I had candy today. You get candy when that candy comes in. Nice job. BTN red. Okay, guess what color I'm going to get BTN red? Background color, it's going to go red. Shape. What shape do we want to give it? Circle. I want to make it a circle. Guess what? They don't have circle in there, but they have oval. Okay, so if you make it oval, and then if you go to its width and make it 60 pixels by 60 height pixels, okay, 60 by 60. Everybody see how I did that? Now you have a nice red button. What's the text going to be on the button? See how it says text for button 1? I want to change that. I don't want it to be text for button 1. I want it to be a big capital R. So I put an R in there, and there's my red button. Do you want the font to be bold? Do you want the font italic to be, you could italicize it. How about the size of the R? Do you guys like the size of the R? Is it small? Does it need to be bigger? So let's go down to font size. Maybe let's try 24 font. See what it looks like. Does that look better? Yeah, I like it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the next 2 buttons exactly the same. Okay? Thumbs up if you understand what I just did. Thumbs down if you got a question. Who does not understand what I just did? Okay, Kwaku, what's your question? Stuck at the first one. First what? Horizontal arrangement. Okay, you just go to layout. You go to layout and you drag a horizontal arrangement in. Boom, there's another one. Okay, I don't want that one there, so I'm going to hit delete. You just drag it in there. Go to your layout and drag a horizontal. There's table arrangements, vertical arrangements, vertical scroll arrangements, horizontal scroll arrangements. Okay? If you wanted a scroll bar in here, you could have them. All right, let's go to button number 2. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to rename it BTN green. No, RGB, yeah, green. Okay? I'm going to make the background color green. I'm going to make the font size 24. I'm going to make this font bold. I'm going to make the height of the button 60 pixels. I'm going to make the width of the button 60 pixels. I'm going to make the shape of it oval. And the text of it's going to be a capital letter G. Who understands what I just did? And I think that's why we do this, is that, you know, you get to repeat this procedure over and over again 3 times. Are you in yet? What's it doing? What? No internet? What's that? Does that one have internet? Okay, are you logging into MIT? Okay. If you want to pair program with somebody today, just look on with Darlene. I'll give you credit for you, Darlene. Darlene, what you can do is just help Darlene build, point and kind of just talk to each other about what you're doing. Darlene, you can share with her and show her what you're doing. Okay. When we pair program, one person's the driver and one person's the navigator. Okay, navigator, you're kind of telling them where to go. Driver, you're kind of doing it. And then we can switch if you guys want. And then I'll give you credit for doing it. Or Darlene can just simply give you a USB with her code on it and boom, give it to you. Okay. All right, what should I do with the third button? Make it blue. So we're going to give it a name, right? BTN blue, capital BLUE. Make sure you do capital B in here just so that you can see it. Your eyes can see it better. Okay. Background color is going to be blue. Font's going to be bold, 24 font, just like the other ones. Height's going to be 60 pixels. Width's going to be 60 pixels. And the shape is going to be oval, and the text is going to be a capital B. Boom, done. Okay, what's wrong with this right now? Tell me what's wrong with these three buttons. What do you not like about them? Yeah. They're all stuck on the left side. So this is why we do horizontal arrangements right here. You ready? I'm going to go back, and I'm going to click on HA1 color buttons. These things have fallen down all day long. Okay, so go to align horizontal, number 1, and you can hit 3, center, and boom, now they're centered. Click on your horizontal arrangement, go to align horizontal, and hit center. And now I have 3 buttons that are perfectly centered in the screen. If you don't have a horizontal arrangement, you're not going to be able to center them. So now, does everybody understand why we use horizontal arrangements? It allows you to center things. They're great to use. Learn how to use them. They're easy to use once you learn them. Okay? And you're ready to go. Thumbs up if you have 3 colored buttons that are centered. Okay? Alana, I don't think your horizontal arrangement is fill parent. How many people have horizontal arrangement being fill parent? You have to go to this HA1 color button, and width, you got to click on fill parent. Get it to stretch all the way across the screen. That's what fill parent does. I think that's the only thing you're missing there. Yes, sir. Austin. Okay, if they're not perfect circles, that means your width and heights are off. Make sure you set the width to be 60 and the height to be 60 pixels. Or if you did 45 by 45, then make sure they're both 45 by 45. If they're off, so that's how you make a perfect circle, right? A perfect circle is an oval with the height and width exactly the same. Okay? Thumbs up if you're with me so far. Is this too hard? Is this easy? What are we feeling here? Pretty good so far? All right. Okay, let's go to HA2 pick frame. What goes in the middle there? Okay, first of all, the height of this horizontal arrangement is going to be fill parent. The width of it is going to be fill parent. Okay, now I got a nice big screen in there. But guess what? My horizontal arrangement will not hold a picture. So what do we have to put in there that holds a picture? Yeah. A what? A canvas. Remember looking back at our board? We need a canvas. So you're going to have to go to drawing and animation and drag in a canvas. Okay. What should be the name of my canvas? Let's rename it. CNV. What's the name of my canvas? What did we name it the last Friday? Hold pick. CNV hold pick. It's a canvas that holds the pick. Okay. What's the height and width of this canvas going to be? Remember the height and width is one is to stretch across the screen? Yeah. Fill parent. So you're going to go to height, fill parent. You're going to go to width, fill parent. and boom, now I've got a canvas stretching all the way across my screen. And we're basically done with the second box. Okay? Thumbs up if you're with me. Thumbs down if you're totally struggling, you don't have an idea of what I'm doing. What's up? What do you need? Stretch. Okay, so you have to click on your HA, your horizontal arrangement, and make its width and height fill parent. Click on the width and height box in the properties box over on the right-hand side and make it fill parent. Click on fill parent. Who understands what fill parent does? Who can explain it? Olivia. Yeah, it makes it stretch out, right? Makes it stretch and fill in the parent device that it's in. Fill up the whole phone. Okay, fill in my whole screen with a canvas or a horizontal arrangement. Okay. All right, let's go down to box number 3. What goes in the last bottom box? Chandler. Camera buttons, okay. So let's go to box 3. It's a real short, dinky little box here. What should its width be? Yeah. Fill parent. Very good. So width, fill parent. Okay. Background color, I'm going to go back to default and do none. Do you guys notice here that I didn't change the background color in the second one? That's because I knew that the frame was going to fill it up. So it doesn't matter if I color it or don't color it, okay? The frame's going to cover it up and blanket it, so it doesn't matter. All right, so HA, horizontal arrangement number 3, that's holding my camera buttons. It's now stretching all the way across because I made it fill parent, okay? And now, what do I want to put in there? Yeah. Yep, 3 buttons. 1, 2, and 3 buttons, okay? All right, button number 1, what should it be named? BTN what? Erase. Okay, that's going to be my eraser. You don't have to do any text here. So the width is going to be 60 pixels. Height, 60 pixels. Shape is an oval. And the text is none. All right, now, are you guys ready for your next? Who has this set right here? Okay, I'm not going to color it because now what I want to show you how to do is how to go out to the internet and get a cool eraser picture. Okay, so does everybody see this folder icon down here? Okay, I want you to click on your folders and go into My Documents and let me create a folder here. I'm going to go New Folder and I'll say this is 2016, 2017. Okay, I made a folder for me for 2016-17. You guys want to maybe make one with your name on it. Or actually, you guys have your own user accounts this year, right? That means no one's using your computer. So why don't you guys just make a folder called Digital Doodle, okay? Every time you create an app, okay, so I'm going to call this Digital Doodle 1.1.2, and then I'm going to say this is period 1, okay? I have to put a period 1 in there. You guys don't. I have 6 periods, so I have to have period 1 in there. Okay? So go ahead into your My Documents. Every time you create an app, you want to create a folder that holds the stuff for your app. Are you with me on that? Okay? So go in there and create. How many people created a folder? Good. Okay. Every time I ask you to create something, I give you points for it. Okay? Now, you guys are all, how many people have ever downloaded something from the internet before? So that's what we want to do. Okay, but I'm going to put it in this folder, okay? So I'm now going to open up another tab. I'm going to go to my Google, and I'm going to call this eraser icon. I just want to find an eraser icon. And you go to images, and guess what? Do you get a lot of them? Okay, you get a ton of them. So will someone in here do me a favor and pick one of these that you like? Alana, which one do you like? Which one do you like? Pick one. Which one? Pink one? Here? I don't like that one because it has lines behind it. Okay? Let's try to get one with a white background. 10 minutes left. We're doing good. We're doing good. We got 10 minutes left. We're doing fine. Okay? Pick another one with... Now, we might as well work smarter. Okay? And let's put in oval here. See if there's any ones with an oval. Nope. Let's try round. Yeah, here you go. So you want an eraser button that's round. Why do we want it round? Because our button's round, right? So if you put in round, it should start to do that. Okay? Anybody see one they like? An eraser button that is round. That's kind of one. Yeah. This one here? Yeah, I like this one. So what you want to do is it already has a background for that. That's cool. Okay. I'm going to show you how to use GIMP. Maybe we'll do more GIMPing on Monday. Okay. What you want to do here is every time you pick up an icon, you want to go to View Image. And then you want to save the image as. And now I'm going to go back into my documents. I'm going to go find that 2016 folder. You guys probably don't have to do that. Where's my 2000? There it is. 2000. There's my digital doodle. And I'm going to go in here and I'll just call it my eraser. Okay. And it's PNG. And now I'm done. Okay. And then you go back to MIT. And you're going to click on your button. And you're going to go ahead and go to let's go to the button. Image. Do you guys see the image property box? Right now it says none. I'm going to click on the image. I'm going to hit upload, choose a file. I'm going to go back to my documents, 2016. Boom, I know right where to go. I hit open. I hit OK. Wait for it to load, and there it is. Boom. Okay? See it? Now, guess what? It's not round. Okay? It's not round. It's square. Does everybody see that it's a square? Looks round, but it's not round. So, what we have to do is we got to go back here, and I got to show you how to GIMP. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to click on your button. You're going to right-click, and you're going to say Edit with GIMP. GIMP is a graphical image manipulation program. It is like, who knows what Photoshop is? Photoshop. You know that stuff's not real, so make it stop. Isn't there like a Megan Trainor style with that stuff? Yeah. Yeah. All right. So GIMP is our free Photoshop. Extra credit tonight if you go home and download GIMP. Okay. So what we want to do here is, actually it already has a checkerboard background. So all we have to do is File, Save As, or File, Export As. And it should be saving it as a PNG. That should be good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that should be good. It should come up. It should come up as a round. Okay. Let me go back and see why it's not. So now I'm going to go back, and I want to delete this one. So I'm going to click here and hit delete. And then I'm going to go back to image, and I'm going to hit upload and choose a file, and there it is. Let's see if it goes round this time. There it goes. It goes round. All right, so let me do a test here, and let me go to my HA button and give it a background color. Background color, how about blue? Does that look round? Yeah, it looks round. All right, we're good with that. Okay. We have 6 minutes left, okay? So let's go to our next button. This is going to be BTN. I think it's called Take Pick, is that right? BTN Take Pick. Width is going to be 60 by 60. The shape is going to be oval. And there's not going to be any text on it. And then I'm going to go out to my eraser icon. I'm going to go back up here, and I'm going to type in camera icon. I'm back on Google again. Do you notice how all this stuff is just sitting out there on Google for you? All free. Okay. And we want a nice round camera button. I like this green one. View image. Okay. Open. File, copy. Make a copy. Where am I going to put it? I'm going to go to my libraries, 2016-17. And there's my camera. Saved it as a PNG. Okay. I go back into my MIT. I go into my BTN Take Pick button. I go to my properties list. I click on image. I upload. I choose a file, and I choose the camera. And I hit OK. Let it load, and there it is. I have a round camera button in there. Looking pretty good. What's next? The last button is called BTN Voice. Go ahead and set its properties. Height is 60 pixels. Width is 60 pixels. Shape is an oval. Text is none. And go out and get an image. Okay. So go back here. Change this camera to voice. V-O-I-C-E, voice icon. And there's a voice icon. Once again, I'm looking for a round button. Why? Because my buttons are round. Okay. Anyone see one on here they like? Darlene, you see one you like? The microphone? Is there a round microphone? This one? Okay, that's fine. Just go to View Image. It downloads it for me. Show in folder. Copy that. Go back to my documents, 2016-17, Digital Doodle. Paste it. There it is. Go back to my MIT App Inventor. Go to Image. Upload. Choose a file. Boom. And it probably won't like this. Let me just teach you this right now. Are you ready? It will not like this icon. The reason why, is it liking it? I don't know. Maybe they changed it. Last year, if you had any image, do you guys look at this image in my folder here, okay? Do you guys see how this is? It says Android LV voice recorder parentheses 3. If you ever see parentheses, you need to get rid of parentheses. So I'm just going to call this my mic. Okay? You guys with me on that? 30 seconds left. Ready? So I'm just going to I'm going to go delete this guy. All you do is go down to this button, hit delete. That icon's gone. Go to image, upload, choose a file. I'm going to choose my mic. I'm going to hit OK. It should go in this time. And there it is. Okay? The last thing I want to do is go to my horizontal arrangement, and the camera buttons down here, I want to center it. So I'm going to center it, and there we go. And then the last thing I'm going to do is take this back to none, and there's my buttons. All right? You are finished for the day. Have a great rest of your day. Who learned something today? All you have to do now, if you want, it should automatically save, but if you go to Project, Save Project, it should save it. You're done. You can log out, and we'll see you tomorrow. Who learned something today? Great. I will post this video. If you missed anything, I have a 46-minute and 27-minute video